name is Jay Cook. On behalf of the LilyDale Assembly, I want to welcome you to our 141st season, and this is our afternoon service here in the auditorium, which has been going on in here for over 100 years. That's amazing. How many of you are here for the first time? Wow. Very good. Thank you for coming here today. We really appreciate you coming to find out what we're about. We truly hope you have a very good time. And for those of you who have returned here, welcome home. We truly, truly appreciate your continued patronage of LilyDale. And I'm sure, since you're back here again, you've been receiving good things here at LilyDale. I say very good things. Anyways, if any of you are wearing masks during the thing, if you don't feel comfortable wearing them during the service, you can take them off. We're socially, I don't like social distancing, wherever they came up with that word. To me, it's unsociable. I mean, my gracious. When you're close, you're social. But when you're not close, it's unsocial. I don't even like to use that term, but if you're distancing, you can remove it during the service. And if you feel comfortable doing so. Everybody has their free choice to do whatever they feel like at this place here. Okay. Also, another quick announcement. If any of you guys, those beepers, tweeters, phones that make noises and all that, we ask that you please turn them off during the service. The Twitters or whatever, they'll be there at the end of the service for you, I'm sure. So we really appreciate it. It really helps our speaker and our minister also. Okay. What are we going to do today? Well, we're going to start with raising the vibration. Now, this is a very important thing. When you raise the vibration, better things happen. Now, we're going to do a song, and I'm pretty sure everyone knows it, but we're going to change the vibration of the song. Instead of he's got the whole world in his hands, it's she's got the whole world in his hands. There's too much feminine energy here to say he's got it. So, guys, if you're out here like myself, we're going to surrender it to where it really belongs today. So, without further ado, our wonderful organist is going to tell you the words for it, just to remind you of it a little bit.
I'm sure you know the tune. Verse 1, she's got the whole world in her hands. That's verse 1. The second verse, she's got you and me, brother, and then you and me, sister. Third verse, she's got my soul and my body.
So let's stand for that, get the vibration, or remain standing for the invocation. She got the whole world in her hands. She got the whole wide world in her hands. She got the whole world in her hands. She got the whole world in her hands. She got the in her hands, she got you and me, sister. In her hands, she got you and me, brother. In her hands, she got the whole world in her hands. She got the soul and the body. In her hands, she got the soul and the body. In her hands, she got the soul and the body. In her hands, she got the whole world in her hands. One more time. She's got the whole world in her hands. She's got the whole wide world in her hands. She's got the whole world in her hands. She's got the whole world in her hands. Wonderful. Thank you. Infinite Spirit of God, Creator, Sustainer, Source of all things good and very good. Truly, we appreciate being here this day in LilyDale, this beautiful day you have given us. And may you bless both our speaker this afternoon and our message minister, that they may bring forth the highest, the best. They bring forth that love, understanding, wisdom we truly desire for ourselves, for our loved ones, and for all we are one with here. May we receive the message that we truly need and desire, and may it come forth in a true, clear way that will be understood by yourself and by all around. And for this we say, thank you, God, and amen. Please be seated. song. That is. Our speaker this afternoon is Gail Lynn. She's an ordained minister and spiritual teacher, a year-round resident here in LilyDale. She's an active member of the Church of the Living Spirit. She's a past board member and has volunteered serving the community and summer program in many capacities as a visiting medium, spiritual healer, and teacher, as well as an inspirational speaker. Gail Lynn also leads retreats, teaching participants how to take back their lives, and she has traveled across the United States, Hawaii, Canada, and Europe, serving spirit in many ways. As a medical intuitive, Gail Lynn sees all illness as energy and sees all healing coming from the energy as well. Believing in the law of nature, Gail Lynn teaches how we create our own happiness or unhappiness, or our own wellness or sickness through adhering to or violating natural laws. Gail Lynn once served as a missionary traveling to Guatemala, serving the people, assisting in building homes, providing food, clothing, shoes, and ministering to those in need. Gail Lynn has brought her own health back from a debilitating 4-year bout with Lyme disease, a mini stroke, and a heart attack. Administering the power of the mind, she enthusiastically teaches and employs the words of the masters of the Far East in the healing of the body, as the mystic himself said, "Heal thyself." Gail has been a speaker of truth her whole life. She shares from her heart to remind us that our daily life is simply the classroom, and we learn lessons and practice these lessons in order to return ourselves to our true self, to our higher self. These are wonderful principles, two of these, especially with really true with myself. I love it where she brings, we creating our own happiness or unhappiness, which is one of the tenets of spiritualism. And the other part is this healing of finding yourself. The person who knows your body the best is yourself. And if you get in tune with your true self, you will find that, I'm sure. But when she's brought these things forward, these are the things which are wonderful things which I'm going to bring forth to spiritualism. So without further ado, let's give the Reverend Gail Lynn a wonderful LilyDale welcome.
Thank you, Jay. And thank you for the beautiful song. I feel like I've got the whole world in my hands right here, right now. And so it just really fills my heart. And boy, that was a long bio. I have to shorten that down to like a sentence or two, so it's not so winded. Welcome to LilyDale. I didn't get to see all the hands who were people that were here for the first time. So 4 people, 1, 2, 3, 4 people for the first time. So welcome, truly, truly from my heart. It takes courage to step out and hold your own space in today's world and what's happening today all around us. So, kudos to you for standing in your truth and in your power and still being able to love others, but saying this is a time for me to love myself too, because that is what I teach, in that we have to walk our path in our own true self as well. Here in LilyDale, as Jay said, we have these principles that they're here posted on the wall for you to read. And these are a practice for us as we teach them and live them. We, as spiritualists, or whatever we all in LilyDale even call ourselves, all of this is a practice. Sometimes we stumble, and a lesson comes along to push us back onto our path. And that's what I'm going to be talking to you about today, are the principles of spiritualism, which is a science proven by scientists And it's spirituality or religion, however you want to call that in your realm. And it's what's been bridged by many new thought leaders. And it's been talked about for eons. And I say from my heart, a man named Jesus talked about this. He said, heal thyself. And all around the world, we have all of these different religions with different tenets or different ways of saying things. And this is a time where we are truly putting that to the test of what we believe, or what we say we believe, or what we talk about. And it's an opportunity for those of us who teach to walk our path. And if I ever don't walk my path, and there's times when I kind of make mistakes too, I do have friends who will call me out on it, and I appreciate that, because I'm in practice as well. That's why I'm here on the earth plane. So, I want to read a little something that I found, and I collect things, and I don't always remember where I find them, so I can't give credit to anybody in particular, but it goes like this. The truth of spiritualism is that it is but a 12-letter word, which represents a process. A process in which an individual spirit is born unto this earth plane to continue a journey in search of the knowledge and wisdom which will lead it to a level of personal happiness. So just in that little small part right there, there's so many buzzwords that just excite me. Since 2014, I've been working on a book. I've been writing, and my manuscript is just about complete. The final, and I'm like within weeks of having it published. I'm so excited. A process, a journey. We are all here on a journey. And it's a journey of discovering knowledge, wisdom, and then practicing it and applying it. And that is the story of the Wizard of Oz. I am Dorothy. Each of you are Dorothy individually, but you are also the other characters in someone else's story. So if you are Dorothy, your friend beside you is one of the other characters, and as Ram Dass says, we're all just walking each other home. We're helping each other to evolve. And then you have the villain, which is the Wicked Witch of the West. You're going to have that person in your life, and that person's going to push you into the belly of the whale, as Joseph Campbell says, the dark night of the soul, which we all go through. If you haven't yet, you will. I'm sorry, but you will, and it's a good thing. When you're in it, you won't think it's a good thing. When you're outside of it, you're going to say, oh my gosh, that was a good thing. Because in that belly of the whale, you will be tested and tested over and over again. And on the other side of that is remembering who you are, which is one with the divine. And when you remember who you are, one with the divine, nothing can touch you. Nothing. No pandemic can touch you. It's not in my reality because I took the journey. The journey, the process that we're all on, that Dorothy took, that Jesus took and Moses took, that each of you are taking. So, how does that work? Well, the one principle that We create our own happiness or unhappiness according to natural law. How many of you understand what that means, natural law? Okay, so I would encourage you to go home and research it today, because it's going to be so significant in your life. So, for example, I will say, how many of you have heard of the law of attraction? Raise your hand if you've heard of the law of attraction. Okay, so this, I want to say probably everybody has heard of the law of attraction. And it's something that Rhonda Byrne has talked about in her book, The Secret. But she doesn't really get into the significance on a very spiritual, scientific, in-depth manner that Dr. Bruce Lipton would. When he talks about the science of the brain and how we attract negativity or positivity, illness or wellness into our life. It's significant. So law of attraction is science-based and spirituality. Greg Braden, another author who's been here in our community speaking, says science and spirituality has come together. Let me show you how. Bruce Lipton says science and spirituality has come together. Let me show you how. I lived it. I'm an expert on it. I created Lyme disease in my body. I did. Because I didn't know the laws of nature. Another law of nature is the law of causality, the law of cause and effect, law of reaping and sowing, law of karma, different ways of saying that. Biblically it says, do unto others as you would have done unto you. Whatever you put out comes back to you. With thought, word, and deed, including yourself, if you're harsh on yourself. The things that you say about yourself, that's what you are. Because of your word, because of our word. Once I understood the power of my words, my thought, word, and deed, through the law of attraction and the law of cause and effect, I was beside myself. It took courage for me to stand before anybody and say, I caused Lyme disease in my body. Nobody who's sick wants to say, I did it. In April of 2015, I had a stroke, a mini stroke, a TIA. I caused it. I don't know why I have this journey other than before I came into this body, my spirit said, I want to come here to the earth plane during this time and be part of the revolution of changing our healthcare system. Because once we understand, now that I understand, helping my family and my friends, and say, look at, here's the framework. Here's both scientists and religious people are saying the same thing. Law of cause and effect. What you put out returns to you. In 2018, May 2018, I caused a heart attack in me. I was brought to the hospital. After the fact, after all of this, is when I discovered, like putting the puzzle pieces together, because I'm a researcher. I dig and dig and dig and dig in spirituality and in science and put all of this together. Louise Hay, how many of you are familiar with Louise Hay? Hey, Louise Hay, wonderful author she was, beautiful person she was, what a life she lived. Created her publishing company. In some of her books, she talks about how emotions that become stuck in the body are the root of our illness. And once you understand that, we can deal with the emotion and we can heal the illness. Jesus said, heal thyself. And now I'm going, oh, I got it. Every single illness on our planet can be healed through the power of the mind. Now this is where I am in my journey as Dorothy that went to the city of Oz, clicked my heels 3 times, and when Glenda said, picture it in your mind, feel it in your heart, Jesus said, where 2 or more are gathered, there I am. And I created wellness through the power of the mind. How many people do you know that could be in a hospital having a stroke or a heart attack would tell the doctor, no, don't put a needle in me, no, don't give me medicine, no. I don't know where that came from other than it's divinity, it's divine, it's the divine who brought this to me. We all have a purpose here, each of you that are here right now. It's no accident that you're here. Some of you are taking it in, going, wow, is that real? And I say to you, yeah, it's real. I did it. Can it be duplicated? If you took this to some body of researchers who said, well, this won't be valid unless we can duplicate it. Can I duplicate your mindset? No. So could it be duplicated always? Not unless you have the exact same mindset that I did. When I got to a point in my life, and I'm in the emergency room holding my daughter's hand and telling her, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I won't take any medicine, but I can't. My life here on planet Earth right now, I feel like I'm here for a purpose. And I've come through since 2014, January 2014 was the last time there was any pharmaceutical over the counter, behind the counter, around the counter, I don't care what you call it. 2014, last time anything's been in my body. I do holistic because that was like my little step in the journey along the yellow brick road from pharmaceuticals and Western medicine or to holistic medicine, to the power of the mind, to Jesus who said, heal thyself, which is something that's all around the world. Heal thyself. So how can you do it? How can you help a loved one stay in that power of wellness right now? Love them. Love them, love them, love them. Wherever they're at, love them. How can you help our country of America right now? As hard as it may feel if you are anti-politics, anti-leader, anti-president, anti-whatever, just love that person. Because it's only the power of love that can transform our world. I am not a political person at all. I don't vote. I love people. And I teach people the power of just love. And that the universe is always working with people, bringing people and putting people in the right positions and in the right places to further planet Earth. Spirit uses each of us in various ways. Right now, some of you may be the heroine or the hero, whether it's in your own life, saying, I'm going to overcome whatever obstacle that you are facing right now. Some of you are going to step into that and say, it's my time. I'm going to do this. I have the tools I can. And wherever there's an obstacle, I'm going to find a way to get over that obstacle. How? Love. Research, more love. Someone comes to bring an obstacle in your path, love it. Love the obstacle. Lyme's disease was my obstacle. 4.5 years. So bad I wanted to die. I look back on that now and say, that was the biggest blessing ever. Because here now, I'm a teacher. Teaching others how you can do it, how you can do it, how you can overcome anything. Bridging science and spirituality. What's happening out in the world right now is the whole world was called to adventure, as Joseph Campbell says. Some people are going through the belly of the whale. Some people are just butting heads. If you are somebody who is butting heads with somebody, if you're feeling like anger or frustration or worry, I invite you to step back and just look at it. Be an observer of it and ask yourself, what is this teaching me? How we respond to something, cause and effect. Natural law, cause and effect. How you respond to something is going to either make your path easier or make it more difficult. If you respond with hate, that person is a mirror. It's going to reflect and come back at you. If you respond with love, love will come back to you. Right now, the law of attraction is working big time right now. Like attracts like. What you focus upon all day long, every single day, is bringing more of that to you. If you are somebody who is inundated with news, if you're always checking to see what's happening in the world, it's a low vibration right now, what's happening. All of the news is a low vibration right now. Unless you found some station or newspaper or whatever that's putting out a lot of good, I wouldn't be part of that, because that's going to raise your vibration. But the news channels, even our Facebook, social medias and all of that, they're finding ways to bring this in. I just look at it like, that's a test. The universe is testing you. Can you go, I see you, I got it now, and just kind of like swipe it out. If a friend wants to go about, politics thing or negative whatever that's happening out there, a riot or whatever, and as you talk about it, as you converse back and forth, the vibration of negative talk like that lowers and lowers and lowers and lowers your vibration. When you have a low vibration, you're opening up yourself to illness. Raise your vibration, play, sing, dance, have fun, laugh. You're raising your vibration. No sickness can live in a high vibration. Like I want to just get the music going now and just say, let's sing and let's dance a little bit. Raise your vibration. Guaranteed, you would never get sick. If your focus is on love and peace and joy, and as woo-woo as that sounds, there's science behind that. What are you attracting into your life? If you were to think about what you are attracting into your life right now, if I walked in your shoes or beside you for a day and saw what's going on in your life, I would know where your thoughts, words, and deeds are just by what's in your life. I haven't had a TV in my home, any television network, for 5 years. Once I discovered how all of this works, I just wanted to just keep my vibration lifted. And even here in our beautiful community of LilyDale, we have people who are heroes and heroines, but we still have people who have to play the villain. And my practice is to love that villain. And it's a practice. I took the journey and I'm stomping my feet and I'm like, I want to play. I want to sing and dance. I don't want all this separation. So my practice is just going with the flow right now. Just going with the flow. Teaching others how you too can be the hero of your life, the heroine of your life, and that of your families. Heal thyself. That's where we are going. In May, I was down in Charlotte, North Carolina with Dr. Bruce Lipton. And I got to see him do all all of his writings and how this all works in the brain. I'm so fascinated because he's respected as a scientist, stem cell biologist. He can go into all the technological terms and vocabulary that some of you would be like, oh, okay, here's a scientist, now I can understand it a little bit. Biology of belief. Your belief in a pandemic, a virus, a mask, or whatever. That's your belief. Or it's not your belief. I invite you to look at just your beliefs. I invite you to look at the law of attraction, how you are attracting health or illness, happiness or unhappiness. We create our own happiness or unhappiness according to natural law. Somehow you got here today to LilyDale. You attracted it. It was a desire that you had. Spirit world made a way for you to come. As you go out today and carry on in your life today and here on forward, continually ask yourself, what am I attracting in my life? What do I want to create? Happiness or unhappiness? Because according to natural law, you will bring that into your life. So, right now, I say thank you. Thank you for being here and listening with an open ear. My words today may be comforting or reassuring or validating, or I may be here, the villain in your story, and you may be going, I'm not going to believe that. I don't believe that. Or I don't like that she's saying that. And so if I'm the villain in your story, part of me wants to say I'm sorry. But part of me also says, thank you for letting me be the villain in your story, because it's the villain who's going to push you to your next level of evolving, to become enlightened, to Buddhahood, to be the healer in your own body and your own family, which is where we are going. That's the advanced medicine. Heal thyself, which 2,000 years have gone by. Thank you for allowing me to share my heroine's journey. Thank you for just listening. Thank you for applying it wherever it fits into your life. May you be blessed and happy and healthy. I love you all. Thank you.
And thank you, Gail. That's one of my favorite subjects because it really resonates true within me. In other words, the things we are all fall under, in other words, natural, spiritual, divine law. When she made the remark, being the villain of having to tell it, I remember when I first found out that it resonated in me as true, and I'm telling you, I know in fact it's true. I didn't want to hear it. I was kind of mad at where I received it from, yet it was done to me in such a way that it became the truth of my being, literally. And we're governed under natural law, but we're also governed under natural, spiritual, and divine law. We have all these wonderful laws, because all this simple law, which basically is a cause and effect thing, operates on all levels of existence, all planes of existence, from the very highest, what we call God or infinite intelligence, all the way to where we are here and to what nature brings forth too. We're all under that one auspices, governed under natural, spiritual, and divine law. Thank you very much, Gail, for that wonderful lesson. Okay. You know what, we've been sitting here for a wee bit. We got to stretch our legs before introducing to our speaker, our lesson minister this afternoon. Before I do that, I better tell you what's going on here. After the service here at 4 o'clock, especially for you new people that have come in here, we have a message service at Inspiration Stump. Now, if any of you haven't been out there, it's really one of the best things to do when you come to LilyDale is to take that walk out there through those woods there, and there'll be messages being given out there. And if you're fortunate enough, you will get one. But That's what's going to be going on at 4 this afternoon. We also have, if you get hungry, we've got our cafeteria is open, and also our little pagoda over here, which is run by LilyDale, which all the proceeds go to keeping LilyDale going and all that. There's a little ice cream place, the pagoda, and if you want a sundae or snack or something over there, you can go over there. We also have our LilyDale bookstore and gift shop, which is open still, and the bargain shop, which is at the other end of LilyDale too, which is open. And again, wander the grounds of LilyDale, hopefully you'll feel your good vibrations coming through. You know, we're going to do another song, another one. It's a simple one. Again, I refer to our wonderful organist to tell us the words on that today.
Okay, verse 1, I have the joy, 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 down in my heart. So that's all. Second verse, I have the peace that passes understanding. That's a bit of a tongue twister, but okay. And the third verse is I have the joy. Pretty simple.
It's real simple, very few words. That's why we don't have it up there. Okay, so let's stretch our legs, let's rise up, and let's bring the vibration up for our message minister. Joy, 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 I got joy in my heart. Jessie is an ordained minister of the Fellowship of Spirit. She has a BA in Human Resources. She has completed educational courses for minister mediumship and healing through Morris Pratt Institute, and has studied mediumship and psychic spiritual development at the Arthur Findlay College in England and Gordon Hickson Fellowship with Glenn Edwards at Eastbourne Center in Eastbourne, England. Jessie continues to study mediumship and metaphysical training on a regular basis with well-known, famous mediums. She is an astrologer and has been certified as an NLP practitioner, professional seminar leader, hypnotherapist, and registered medium here in LilyDale. Jessie has served as a volunteer advocate for the Domestic Violence Crisis Program and hospice advocacy and bereavement support here in Chautauqua County. She is a dynamic, inspiring teacher, lecturer, intuitive, consultant for over 37 years, and Jessie continues to pursue her passion in life, helping others to discover their purpose and follow their path. Jessie is also a wonderful entertainer. I love the part when she channels Patsy Cline. I tell you, she really is able to do that. I swear, I listen to her sing when she does that. Anyways, without further ado, let's give Jessie first a wonderful LilyDale welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hey, you did good. Sometimes I have to make you do it over. You did a good job. And you know, as I was sitting up here, I was aware of a heaviness in my chest, almost as if someone was coming through that may have had a heart condition. And I have, first of all, I want to say I have the name Robert coming in, and I just feel like anybody understand this? You understand? Who is this to you?
I don't, is it?
Don't be afraid. I'm not gonna make you talk or anything.
I mean,
Who would this meaningful person is coming in to connect here?
for my brother, he passed away though.
Yes,
Robert.
Robert, he's on the other side. Yes, coming through, and that's your brother?
Yes.
Well, he is so glad you are finally here, so that you can receive a message.
Yes.
And I just feel that, sometimes when a loved one crosses over, we're so sad and disappointed and lonely for that compassion and understanding. But I feel like he's saying, I am with family on the other side. And I want you to have as much fun as you can while you're still upright and here on the earth plane. Would your brother have had a sense of humor?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and wherever he was, he'd figure out some way to make people laugh. And I feel like he's probably still doing that because people probably remember situations that come to mind every so often when they get together. So I feel like he's bringing his love and letting you know that he loves you. Talk to him, send him a prayer, he'll send it back. And I just feel like he's saying if people knew how much fun we were having on the other side, they wouldn't be so sad for us. So I just feel like a jovial kind of personality with him. And I feel like he's saying, you have this ability as well. And you can make people laugh. And it's very healing. So laughter is contagious. Even if you laugh at your own joke. And so he's bringing this in and blessing you. He loves you very much. Let family know that he's okay. All right? Thank you for allowing me to bring your brother through. And what I was going to say too prior, I am an evidential medium. I bring the evidence in first, and then you would know the person. And if I give a name or identity, that person doesn't have to always be on the other side. They could be a connecting link. So keep that in mind. And I just feel that when they come through, don't be afraid to raise your hand, because I'm not going to embarrass you. We'll negotiate, okay? So we'll make it work. Now, I am aware of a gentleman, and I feel like I'm around farmland. I feel like he worked and used his body to the hilt. He really did. And I feel a connecting name here of Jim or James. Anybody understand that? And this does not have to be the person's name that I'm talking about. You would know that name in some way, either on the earth plane or the other side. Somebody knows this. I'm on a farm. I feel like I've worked hard. I've used myself to the hilt and lived a good, ripe old age. Who knows this? Somebody knows this. It can be a friend or a neighbor or a friend of somebody. Yes. Somebody knows.
Jim was the son of a man who raised sheep up in Forceville.
So Jim is the son of the gentleman up in Forestville?
He was very active in the Chicago Anti-Security Association.
And he's on the other side?
The father was on the other side, yes.
Yeah, okay, so just know that's exactly how they give me that name, and that's his son. But he's on the other side. And I just feel like he comes in, and I just feel like he is glad you're here because you can deliver that message. When you're in LilyDale, you're often the messenger for somebody else. And I just feel he comes through so that you can make that happen with his son. But I also feel he is very grateful that you are sharing your time and your life here in LilyDale, doing many things. And I feel like he's saying, just remember, as Gail said, whatever you put out comes full circle right back to you. and you're a gentle soul. And I feel also your own intuitive ability is connected here in a very great way. And you seem to sense things about people and have that knowing. So just know that his father is appraising you and letting you know that he's glad that you're here to bring that message. And I'm going to leave that with his
Thank you.
love and prayers. Thank
I'll
you.
speak to the wife and the kids.
Yes, thank you very much. So now, I'm aware of a lady, and I just feel a lady that just liked to have things just so. She liked to have things in order, and if she were crocheting or knitting or doing anything, she would take it, if she made a mistake, she'd take it out and do it all over. You know who this is. Who is this to you?
I think it's me. I crochet.
Okay, so you feel that personality. Your mom on the other side,
No,
grandma's on the other side then.
my grandmother is.
Yeah, and so I'm aware of doilies and using my hands and pricking my fingers and using the needles. And so your grandmother comes in, and she comes in describing you. And I feel like she's saying how wonderful you like to be meticulous and have things in place. And I feel like she's saying in your life, it's important that you kind of be a free spirit, especially these days, and not count on things, just to kind of go with the flow. And everything doesn't have to be perfect, but I feel like she brings a lot of love. And she's making me aware of the head. Would there be anybody that would have had a condition to the head as well?
A condition of
Like maybe dementia or an aneurysm, a stroke? Somebody comes in that she's bringing somebody in
That's someone still alive or?
on the other side.
Oh, my grandfather?
Yeah, okay. So I just feel he's stepping in
Oh, yeah.
and hardworking, and I feel like you also have that energy and that vibration of working hard and diligently, you know, and hard work is a good thing, and especially in the past. We have it easy these days, and I just feel like he's saying, you go out there and have fun and work in the garden or work outside, and let that be a big pleasure for you, because I feel that was important for him. And when you look at flowers, you know, they are miracles. And so I just feel like he is saying he is so proud of you, because you also have that wonderful sense of compassion and understanding of people. And somebody that would go right there and help a neighbor or a friend. So you understand that, yes, and I feel like he's very happy for you and proud of you. So just know that your grandfather and your grandmother come in and they're bringing their love to the earth plane. So let your mom know. And was your grandfather on your mother's side as well?
Yes.
Yeah, so you let her know, your mom know that that they're sending their love and prayers to her. And I'm going to leave that with their love and blessings. Thank you for allowing me to speak with you. Thank you. And you know, I'm aware of another gentleman, and you know, I feel a condition in the throat. I feel like they work through my throat sometimes, and the body that shows me something going on here. So, and you know, if I've already spoken to you and you understand this, you get to double dip. You get to raise your hand again. So I have a somebody that may have been a smoker, they may have had emphysema, my throat is sore, and I just feel a person that is coming through in that way from the other side. Anybody understand this condition? Yes. How do you understand? Who is this to you?
My father was a smoker, and he did have cancer, but I was just telling her on the way here that at the end, he couldn't, it was all around his throat.
Okay, so he was a smoker and he did have cancer and it was all around his throat. So that's how they speak to me sometimes because I could feel the energy in my throat kind of tightening up. And so your father comes in and lets you know that he's okay and to bring his love. And is your mom on the other side as well? So the two of them are coming together. Now, I feel like they're showing me an old picture of the two of them maybe when they first met, and they're bringing this in, and they're saying, this is what we want you to remember and recall when we were first there and young and spirited and having a lot of fun together and creating a family. And I also feel that they're very proud of you. I don't know if you're a teacher or you're in the medical field in some way, but you are helping people. Yes?
I'm a patient advocate.
Pardon?
I'm a patient advocate.
Okay, so they're so proud of that because you're giving yourself to that world of helping and caring. And what a wonderful opportunity for you to help people. And I just feel not only in the work arena, but also you have that great sense of compassion for people around you and neighbors and other people in the community. So just know that both your mother and father come in and bring their love and letting you know. Now, Mom is making me aware of a ring. Okay, you got it on. Okay, so she knows, and they're glad that you're here to open up to your own spirituality and continue on down that path. So I'm going to leave them with their love and blessings for you. God bless you. Thank you. Now, I'm aware. Oh, that means this is the last one. Okay, now I'm aware of a lady, and you know, I feel like she had an attitude that she wasn't ever going to die, and she is spirited, and I feel a lot of beautiful energy with her, always positive and uplifting, and I have a connecting name of Anne or Anna here. Yes, who is this to you?
My mother.
Your mother. And so she comes in to say, I am so proud of you and all the things you do, because I know what you do on some level. And so she is, would you understand your mother also to be organized and liking to have things in place?
Yes.
Or is this, and this is you as well?
Yes.
Yes, and so she comes in with love for you. Now, was there a distance between the two of you?
So many years ago, I don't remember.
Pardon?
It was so many years ago, I don't remember.
Okay, so whether it's physical distance or she's been on the other side for a while, she is bringing that in. And I just feel like coming from the spirit world, we're together again, and we can go forward with that loving connection. And I also feel she's talking about the name Bill or William. Would you understand that name?
No.
Okay, so you just remember that we brought it in, and it could be a middle name, or Williams. And so just know that she is just calling that name out as well. And I feel a lot of love and prayers coming to you, and I feel like she's very proud of you. And I feel like there's a great understanding now of who you are, where you're going. So God bless you, and thank you for allowing me to bring your mom to you. Have a wonderful afternoon, everyone.
Very much. Before we leave here, I want to just tell you about something. This wonderful auditorium. I just think that every time I stand up here, I get feeling really special because over 100 years, people have been doing programs from here, but where you're sitting, people, if you can imagine it, you know, over the last 100 years, the number of speakers, the number of things that people have received here and all that. What we do at this point here, and I mean, it's only up to yourself, when you leave here, we have a basket over there that was for donations, and the funds are strictly used to maintain and preserve this wonderful building. It's a special place. So if you feel so moved, we ask that you can contribute if you feel so moved. Again, I'd just like to make that one announcement there. Now, I'm going to do the benediction, and we're going to do the peace song. So let's take a moment right now, center ourselves and think of the things we have heard today. Bring them into our being that we may understand, that we may receive the wisdom and the love that truly comes forth from the other side, and that is right here in front of us in the present. For truly, the best place to be is in the here and the now. And if we go forth to just be excellent to each other, we're going to enjoy ourselves and bring joy to others. So for this we say, thank you, God, for the messages we've received and the words we've heard today. Amen. Have a great day.